Mr. Jamie Dimon, CEO of JP Morgan Chase, said the banking crisis is not over and will cause repercussions for years to come. You think, Jamie? Here's Jamie down below at the WEF, at the World Economic Forum in Davos in January, also talking about Bitcoin, saying how Bitcoin is nothing, it's just air, just like Senator Warren. Broken brain disease, BBD. JP, Jamie Dimon, Senator Warren, these people that the biggest grifters and grafters in society. The woman who literally lied about her heritage, lied about her race in order to get into academia and to further her career. And she's still fine. She still has a wonderful career paid for by all of us. Think about that. We have JP Morgan Chase. We have the CEO, Jamie Dimon, who's worth $1 billion. As a CEO, mind you, paying his depositors zero. So if you have the deposit in his bank, you get nothing. But Jamie, though, he's worth $1 billion. This is what happens when you have broken brain disease, when you have broken money, and you're living a fiat world, an inflationary world. The incentives accrue to those at the top, and it's, hey, how can I get closest to the currency printer? Jamie Dimon, one of the closest to the currency printer, and the politicians, so that they get to spread it around, do whatever they want, and pay off themselves, the Biden family, pay off whoever they want, and create this good old boys club. And that's what's happened. This doesn't happen in a Bitcoin standard. It's an equal playing field. And that's what scares Jamie Dimon. That's what scares Elizabeth Warren. That's what scares these grifters more than anything in the world. The Mitch McConnells, the Lindsey Grahams, these people have grifted their entire life. Go look who Mitch McConnell's married to. You'll blow your mind. And these grifters will have to then be on the battlefield, on the playing field, equal, like you and I. And they will have to go up against us. People like us who are intelligent, actually have good nutrition. We work out. We take care of our body. We take care of our mind. We take care of our spirit, mentally, physically, and emotionally. We're sound, unlike these people who their souls have left their bodies long ago. So good luck. Good luck, Jamie. I wish you good luck in the future on a Bitcoin standard. I wish you luck, Mitch McConnell. I wish you luck, Nancy Pelosi and Senator Warren. Good luck, because you're going to need it. Jamie Dimon said the latest financial shock in his annual letter, the current crisis is not over. And even when it is behind us, there will be repercussions from it for years to come. Yeah, kind of like '08, you think? ZIRP, zero interest rate policies, just unlimited quantitative easing, then raising rates and dropping rates. You think? You think, bud? But importantly, recent events are nothing like what occurred during the '08. Okay. Recent banking issues in the U.S. began with the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank, which was closed by regulators. It has everything to do with back then. It might not be the same exact thing. As Jamie thinks, like, oh, it's a crypto thing. It was a crypto thing. No, it was terrible monetary policy that created all these altcoins, that created these stupid political things, and the way you guys were banking and doing things, and Glass-Steagall and the Dodd-Frank Act and Basel 1, 2, and 3, the different things you guys were operating with, the central bank itself, destroying everything over the last 30 years and printing just unlimited amounts of currency, destroying the wealth of the borrowers. So the rates going to zero for the bonds, the price is going up. So everyone's pensions, no one's getting any income on their pensions, on their endowments, on Social Security. We just have another article here too. Social Security is going to be bankrupt. We've had this article about how we can save this, but again, they're not going to do it because they don't get paid. The way we want to do it and the way that people are going to do it is not going to enrich Jamie Dimon. He'll be worth a fraction of his $1 billion in the future. And Senator Warren won't be getting paid off by the bankers and the insurance companies. These are the grifters and grafters that Bitcoin takes out and starts to heal the rest of the world in align incentives. The stress in the financial sector caused by 2 bank failures. As I write this letter, the current crisis is not over. And I will say, Jamie Dimon was the one that a year and a half ago said, hey, there's nothing to see here. The economy is fine, totally fine. And then within 3 months, someone got a hold of him hey, Jamie, you can't say that, man. The Biden administration, someone got a hold of him hey, there's going to be some clown world action going on here. And then sure as heck, last year, I think it was early last year, and he was like, actually, you know what? There's going to be real hell to pay. There's going to be really crazy stuff happen here. Sure enough, here we go. As I write this letter, the current crisis is not yet over. And even when it's behind us, there will be repercussions from it for years to come. But importantly, recent events are nothing like '08. The recent banking issue had to do with depositors pulled tens of billions of dollars from the bank. Yeah, of course. And you're the one that benefits because you got the government backstopping you. You've got Janet Yellen saying, well, the big banks are okay. So the primary dealers like you get paid off. So you're worth even more money because you didn't do anything. You didn't do a thing. You didn't provide. What did you provide to society, Jamie? Are you providing more income for an interest for people with their deposits? No, you're probably providing less. So you're not even providing anything to society. It's the financialization of the economy. There's a great book by Stephen Brill called I think it's How My Generation, or Tailspin. And then there's an article I think that he wrote maybe in the New York Times around that time, like 5-10 years ago. It said How My Generation Broke the World, or How My Generation Broke America, or something like that. But it's all about these guys, all these people, really the kind of the hippie generation, which we've talked about here for a long time, the hippie bubble, this demographic shift, the hippie bubble going away and sunsetting, like out of power, out of politics, academia, will be the greatest boon to humanity and society going forward in the next 10 years or so. Will be the greatest boon by far, because this generation is now controlling everything. PTAs and governments and endowments and politics, and destroying everything. Just destroying everything. So this will be massive. So Jamie Dimon, they're his, the financialization of the world, just arbitraging on arbitrage. I'm going to squeeze a little bit of interest here and derivatives here and leverage up here and there, and then it collapses everything, and mom and dad and grandma and grandpa lose everything, and their pension, they lose everything, they lose all the equity in their house, because these morons do nothing for society, do nothing, but he's worth $1 billion. And then he gets bailed out. Something bad happens. Look, he's got more depositors fleeing small banks, so we're going to centralize things even more, going to his bank. So he loves it. He was like, yeah, and screw Bitcoin. Screw Bitcoin. He's at the WEF here saying that. Literally, there's an article or the snip of him saying that for a minute, talking about how Bitcoin's nothing, it's garbage, and that's because it's outside of his control. He can't control it. He makes no money. He loses his power. He can't grift and graft anymore. Once Bitcoin, we're on a hyper Bitcoinized world, or in a Bitcoin standard. This is a world that we are going to, Jamie. I'm sorry to tell you that. The millennials and the Gen Z are not going to take it anymore. They're not going to take it. Someone's just telling me a story of their grandfather right now, when he passes away, is worth a ton of money, is going to give it all to the city that he lives in, grows up in. Tell me how many millennials and Gen Zs, when they pass away, will be giving their money to a government, their wealth. All of it. I mean, mind-blowing. That's God love the older generations. I love them. But what are we doing, people? The people that we have elected to power, and the kind of thought that I just want to do good for my community. You know what? The best way you can do good for your community is buy Bitcoin. Buy Bitcoin and create the new parallel economic system being built for humanity. That's the best thing you can do. We take the responsible use of AI very seriously, having an interdisciplinary team of... Okay, Jamie. However, the CEO said 2022 was somewhat surprisingly strong for JP Morgan. The bank stock fell 15%, but it generated more than $37 billion in net income. So it generated a lot of income, but the bank stock fell 15%. It was surprisingly strong. So here you are. You got the one of the biggest grifters of all, from the biggest primary dealer of all. I believe Chase is the biggest primary dealer, and telling you right now there'll be more repercussions. This guy's got his hand on the pulse of the data too. So he sees the data. He's terribly wrong about Bitcoin. He is, because he has to be, because he had to peddle that. He was also the guy saying Bitcoin's going to be terrible 3 years ago, and 5 years ago, and 6 years ago, while his team was building a Bitcoin trading desk in the background to profit and get his clients, which they just got their clients in the last couple of years, to then be able to buy Bitcoin. So don't watch what people say. Watch what people do. That is probably the biggest piece of advice I've ever been given in my life, and the biggest thing I can say to anybody is do not watch. If you go around and just do this and watch everyone and just go watch and don't listen to a thing, you're going to have a whole new perspective on life. Just go around. Go to your next family get-together, a family meeting, and just go walk like this. Just go walk around. Go walk into work and just sit there for a while. Put your headphones in and just watch. Just watch what people do. You'll learn way more about the truth by following the money, not the science, and then by watching what people do, not what they say. So this is not financial advice. This is freedom advice. I thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Please share this out, because the algorithm hates truth. Please question everything with boldness, even the existence of God himself. I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Oh, go check out the Trump video we just did. It's a really good one. I think you're going to enjoy it. First president arraigned, according to CN. We'll see you on the next one.